Saw dudes, Arachne's facade just got a new ornament. Thank god, the base model is but ugly. Anyway, it grants woven mail for 10 seconds. It's simple, but given that woven mail grants 55% damage resistance, it's not hard to choose since hunters can have infinite grappling via the Widow Silk aspect. Today's build is Titanfall 2 themed since I'm a big fan of the movement in that game. We're gonna take the insane movement of Strand and mold it so we can become pilots. Without further ado, let's get into it. Soap Strike is suitable for boss DPS and general ad clear and high level content. I chose to use Marksman's Dodge for damage rotations that will be shown later on. Threaded Spike is the only melee we can use, but that doesn't matter since this will be our data knife. It can take out multiple low tier adds and severs units to reduce their damage output, increasing our survivability. The only grenade we will be using is Grapple. Of course, this will mimic the grapple ability from Titanfall and grants us a way to gap close and unravel targets for AoE damage. The aspects for pilots are Whirling Maelstrom and Widow Silk. Whirling Maelstrom causes Destroy Tangles to become unraveling Beyblades that seek targets for 12 seconds, which exactly matches the Tangle creation cooldown for near unlimited uptime, assuming we delay their detonation. They deal damage 10 times in the second with a 2 meter radius, create unraveling threads on kill, and can be used as a grapple point for unlimited usage. These Beyblade Tangles will be our improvised Arc Stars. Widow Silk is very simple. It grants us an additional grenade charge and causes our grapple to create a grapple tangle for easy swinging spam. Keep in mind that this grapple tangle will not be created if grapple hits an ally or an enemy. The fragments for our pilot are Thread of Ascent, Continuity, Generation, and Transmutation. Ascent reloads the current weapon, grants 30 handling, 40 reload speed, a 0.925 reload duration multiplier, and 30 airborne effectiveness for 15 seconds upon using a grenade. Continuity causes strand debuffs like Sever and Unravel to last about 50% longer. Generation grants grenade energy for every damage instance inflicted on enemies. And lastly, Thread of Transmutation causes weapon kills to spawn tangles when Woven Mail is active. Let's go over Jack Cooper's pilot gear. Starting with Arachne's facade, I used Harmonic Siphon, Special Ammo Finder, and Heavy Ammo Finder. Heavy Ammo Finder can be swapped for Ashes to Assets for more super energy. With the arms, I slotted Heavy-Handed, Impact Induction, and Melee Kickstart. On the chestplate was Solar Reserves and 2 variable resistance mods. Since Contest Mode for Crota's End disabled Solar Reserves, just use your imagination. For the legs, I ran Solar Scavenger with Recuperation and Innervation. Finally, on the cloak were Outreach, Reaper, and Powerful Attraction. The best stats to max in order are Resilience, Discipline, and Mobility. This build is all about utilizing mobility and being aggressive, so it's really important that Resilience is topped off. Discipline lowers our grapple cooldown, thus giving us more uptime on Woven Mail, and finally Mobility supplies more dodges, leading to more melee energy to sever targets, reducing their damage output. Alright, let's get to the fun part, the Titanfall weapons. Unfortunately, there's only one loadout for today, but you can easily bring it to endgame without any worries. Weapon Loadout 1, as I already mentioned, perfectly mimics that of Titanfall weapons. In the kinetic slot, we have Final Warning, our Smart Pistol. Final Warning can fire tracking rounds from the hip and normal shots with 100% increased precision damage when aimed down sights. It uses a charging mechanic to fire, and fully charged bursts apply Unravel. This pocket rocket is super easy to use and can clear adds and chunk majors without much effort. It has a sustained DPS of 18,326 when ADS and doesn't even cover the unraveling damage. In the energy slot, I am using the Eremite for the constant healing it can provide via heal clip and the ad clear it brings with Reservoir Burst. This will be our LG97 Thunderbolt. I'm not going to lie, it was hard to find a weapon close to this, but it's alright. Essentially, it rounds out our survivability by providing a healing source other than Orbs of Power. Now in the heavy slot, we have Big Papa, our quad rocket, or in Destiny terms, Apex Predator. Reconstruction plus bait and switch works so well and provides insane boss clearing potential. Now if you don't like rockets, don't worry, I personally like the charge rifle. So if you want to go run with that, go with Cataclysmic in the heavy slot instead, crafted with 4 times the charm and bait and switch. Since there is only one weapon loadout, I'll cover the damage rotation I spoke of earlier. When a boss encounter starts, throw your Threaded Spike to sever them and charge up Final Warning, firing it while aimed down sights for the 100% bonus to the precision multiplier. Then switch to the Eremite and fire off 1 burst. Then go to Apex Predator and fire 2 bait and switch rockets. Marksman's Dodge to fire off another, and afterwards use a grapple on the floor to then fire 1 more. Switch back to Final Warning and Mag Dump, then reload and repeat the process. It should look something like this. Now let's go over this special build's game loop. Start by using grapple to gain woven mail and engage enemies. When Woven Mail is active, killing enemies with weapons will spawn a Tangle. Either throw or destroy the Tangle to convert it into a homing Beyblade for ad clear and DPS. All the while, continue to use Grapple, even on them, to keep Woven Mail active. Remember that grapple melees create orbs for healing and unravel targets. Use your Threaded Spike whenever possible to sever targets and reduce damage taken. Super when you need to, or as I like to call it, stand by for Titanfall. I had a ton of fun messing around as a pilot. This build is perfect for endgame once you get used to evading with grapple, but don't let that consume you. Sever and Woven Mail provide crazy levels of survivability when paired together. I hope you guys get to try it out. Thank you for watching, and happy farming.